compensation. What currently is done is that the provincial commissioner, yes, he get given a certain number of people. We develop a structure, which of course provincial commissioners have to have input in it, and that structure get approved, and he get given posts, and he will sit and choose who get appointed where, which is not an issue, and the operational budget get given to the provincial commissioner. The compensation of employees, that is salaries, is managed by national. And well, whether you delegate it or you do it national, if you are paying 10 personnel, you'll still be paying 10. But I think that if there is a need, that can still be done. It can be, it does not need, might not need a law to do. It might just need the National Commissioner and the Treasury look at mechanism and delegate the whole budget of a specific province to the from national to a specific province. I don't think it needs any further delegation, but you need to have one single police service, one common norms, rules, and standards across nationally. Otherwise, one day you will have to carry a passport to go to another province.
Thank you very much about that. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I finished.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sokanyile, Honorable Shongwe.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you. Sawubona, General. Uyaphila.
Thanks, Honorable Chair and members. Sawubona, Honorable Member.
Siyaphila. General, I'll just shoot straight to the point. Is IPID report on Phala Phala, is it a top secret? And why is it that General Rode, who conducted an illegal investigation, because there was no case that was open for him to conduct an investigation on Phala Phala, and he was not mandated in terms of his work scope, is alleged to have tortured suspects and is still in the same position and nothing has happened to him? Is it because he was acting under the instruction of the president?
Thanks, Honorable Chair and members. General Rode was subjected to disciplinary process. Him and other, I can't remember whether it's 2 or 3 members. He was subjected to disciplinary process, and the process ran its course, and he was found not guilty. And yeah, that was it. In terms of investigation, the members of the police, they perform their functions in terms of Section 205(3) of the Constitution, which says they are there to prevent, combat, and investigate crime, maintain public order, and protect the inhabitants and their property, and so on and so on. So any member of SAPS can do any of those functions if he knows that work. There is nothing wrong with that. But of course, members do specialize. There are those that specialize in commercial investigation, specialize in VIP protection, but doesn't mean you can't do any of the other functions.
Are you therefore saying any member can just investigate?
Come again, Honorable Member.
Are you therefore saying any member can just do an investigation, can be a detective or do an investigation at any time?
Well,
my question is, was he mandated to investigate Phala Phala?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. No, the investigation was done by detectives. The investigation at Phala Phala was done by detectives from, I think, Bela Bela, if I'm not mistaken. And in as far as preliminary investigation, yes, the commander can and is expected to do preliminary investigation or whatever happens. Let's say a member loses a firearm here in Parliament. The commander is not going to sit back and phone Cape Town Central detectives and say there is a firearm lost here. No, it's expected that commander to do preliminary investigation, find out what happened. Is it indeed this firearm lost wherever? Because quite often things are not the way they are. So it's expected to do prelim investigations, and thereafter the detectives or the assigned component will come and take over and do whatever they expected to do.
Is the Phala a top secret thing? That question you didn't look a top secret. The IPIT report.
Well, I wouldn't know. I received a report which, based on that, we charged General Rode on. I'm sure IPIT can answer that question better.
So IPIT doesn't report it.
Honorable Shongwe, before you
Not at all.
General, the statement that you deposed with us, does it have the part that you are dealing with now, the two of you?
It doesn't have Honorable Chair.
Are you comfortable to respond to questions that are not on your statement?
I am not comfortable because I might not have other facts to the matter at hand.
Okay. Well, I will advise you, Honorable Shongwe, if there are additional matters to the statement that you may want to raise with the General, you can do that in writing, so that we do not inconvenience the witness. And I think this is a fair point, honorable members. Honorable Malim.
No, Chair, you're not going to make such a ruling. The General was asked yesterday about people who are being searched when he was sitting there. People who are being searched while he was sitting there. It was not in his statement. He was comfortable to answer those questions. So if you can answer about something that it didn't happen when he was in the office, when he was on a witness stand, what stops him about us answering a question that is police related? And he has been doing well. He says, well, I may not answer that one. IPIT might be able to deal with that. But to stop members from asking the top cop about issues of the police, they don't have to be in his statement. He answered yesterday comfortably about a matter that was taking place at that time while he was here. So it's unfair to rule a member out of order and say he must write a question, which is a well-known issue in the country. It's unfair. It might not be in his statement, but it's a well-known issue. He wants to respond to it, he will respond to it. If he thinks he doesn't have facts to that effect, he will say, no, I don't have facts. Please refer it to the relevant people, and we take it like that. Not that we must write questions when he was comfortable answering questions about a prevailing matter while he was sitting here. Thanks.
Honorable Nombalo.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. Partly covered by the latter speaker. Chair, I just wanted to invite your attention to within the terms of reference to paragraph 4.1.2, which says, amongst the things that we need to investigate is any related claim regarding corruption, financial or otherwise bribery or misuse of public resources within SAPS and any other relevant institution. So the question raised to the witness is not peripheral. It is not of context. It is within the scope of framework of this ad hoc committee. So like the honorable member has correctly said, that it must be a witness that says, I'm not able to answer to this question, but we are not of context here because the IPIT matter and the Phala report fall within the ambit of the work of the SAPS. And the question is asked for a purpose of making a determination of whether the decision to declare it as top secret was correct or not? And if it was not correct, is it related to this allegation that is here, which talks about the misuse, unethical behavior in the SAPS, and so on and so forth? So I think you have been unfair to the member, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Okay. I think you, honorable members, you have a fair point. I accept the point of order. It is sustained. May you continue, Honorable Shonga.
In my defense, Chair, ngicabanga ukuthi njengomhlali waselokishini eDaveyton, when a caliber of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi says here sitting in front of us is the most powerful person in the SAPS, I think in my mind as umuntu waselokishini, it tells me that he should know everything that happens at SAPS. Am I wrong, Chair? But the question was, is the IPIT report a top secret? Can we pass the check?
I don't know, through you, Honorable Chair, members, I don't know. I think the IPIT themselves can be in a better position to respond to that question, because IPIT do not report to me. They have got an executive director of IPIT, which that executive director report directly to the Minister of Police. Thank you.
Are you ever informed when there is top secret reports? You ever know when there's a report that is said to be a top secret?
It will depend, through you, Honorable Chair. It will depend whether it's a report sent to me or is a report that, if it's not directed to me, I will not know. But if it's a report that the author writes to me, then I will see that it is a top secret report.
So, ngokuzwa kahle uthi you do know when it's a top secret report or not.
Yeah, I'll know. It gets written.
So is this one a top secret or not?
I don't know, Honorable Chair. I don't have it. I don't know the classification of that report.
Okay, for the sake of my time, can I put that question in writing maybe, because I need that answer, Chair. Thank you. Where was I? Okay, SAPS is an instruction-based division. Even if when you go into a course, they give you a call-up instruction. Am I correct?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
So how much of a problem is illegal and unlawful instruction from a political office bearers? You were recently illegally instructed to disband the PKTT by the currently suspended minister who should have been fired, which is a violation of Section 207 of the Constitution. Would you say another big problem in SAPS is the fighting of, would you say another big problem in SAPS and the fighting of crime is criminal network capturing political office bearers, and those office bearers do the bidding for criminals like we see in the drug trafficking, illegal mining, and political killings?
Yes, thanks, Honorable Chair. I'm not sure, are you asking that, do I agree with the statement, or I'm not
No,
sure?
I'm asking you, how much of a problem is illegal and unlawful instructions from the political office bearers? Then my statement on that one, just to motivate that, is that you were recently instructed by the currently suspended minister to disband the PKTT team. So I'm asking, with how much of a problem is illegal and unlawful instruction from political office bearers? How much of a problem is it in your space?
Yeah, thanks, Honorable Chair and members. I wouldn't say it's a big problem, because some of the instructions or views, the ministers will ask about whether can we do something like this, and we'll advise him that no, we don't do it this way, we do it this way. So that's how it goes. And yeah, even with the previous ministers, There was no insistence. I think this is a typical one that one I've seen. Some in the past, yes, one might say something and he will be advised to say, no, we don't do it this way, we do it this way, and there were never problems.
Thank you. While I appreciate the delay tactics you played in delaying Minister Mchunu from disbanding the PKTT, but I want to know, was this instruction illegal from Minister Mchunu? And if it was legal, at what stage did you know what it's an illegal instruction from him? And did you inform him that this is an illegal instruction? And just to finalize that, what happens to such instructions that are deemed to be illegal? What should happen to that person who gives such an instruction?
Well, as to what happens, I think is a question that one will not have an answer to it. But my view, yes, I view it as an encroachment. It's an area that was never explored before in this regard. I don't think there was ever a national commissioner that ever got an instruction of this nature in writing. So, as I said, Honorable Chair, I viewed it with suspicion, especially the way it came about. Hence, I didn't want to implement it immediately. And, but eventually, we end up finding that, no, indeed, after we find out what was the motive behind, that's when we can concretely say, no, but this was illegal. At the beginning, as I said, today we're sitting here knowing what we know now. Yes, one can 100% say this was an illegal instruction. But that time, without the background as to why are they doing this, they knew what they were doing. And we didn't know. Only after 13 May did we then know that actually the arrangements to disband the task team started immediately after the search of Mr. Matlala's premises and the arrest of Mr. Molefe. The plans to start the process of disbanding started from there moving forward. That's what the chart shows, and that's what my other officers that have got these reports on their toes, they will come and tell you. Then it became very clear that this was illegal. Right from the beginning, yes, I viewed it as illegal encroachment, but not so sure, and also not sure why is he doing this. Hence, I asked him, but why you do this? And the man could not give me reasons.
Okay. Have you reported such a matter to the president?
Through you, Honorable Chair, I reported everywhere. I reported to the President, General Mkhwanazi, reported to Police Portfolio Committee. I kept on asking the minister every time. The 6th, I asked him, why are you doing this? I mean, the 16th of January, I asked him, why are you doing this? Shouldn't you have given us time that we brief you? What is PKTT? What are they doing before you disband it? And there was no room to accommodate that. 6 March, 27 March, still same. So where else should one go? There is no other door. Which door to go? I can't take him to court. I can't take him to United Nations. On a hindsight, or if, as I said to the previous member of parliament, that everybody in South Africa, all the analysts that are here today, members of this August House, we were all there. And luckily, this specific instruction was out in the media. In as much as it was directed to me, yes, but everybody had the opportunity to have seen it, luckily. and none of anybody have ever saw something wrong with it. That's why I said, I'm just making a hypothetical example that should it have been this instruction issued, the task team was investigating political, farm matters. Do you think the situation would have been the same? I'm sure surely me and you know they wouldn't have. Those quarters of the society, they should have risen up. But this one, different. So we end up now, yes, fighting this, trying our best. So one tried his best under circumstances. Thank you.
Thank you. So I didn't get the clear answer of after you have reported, where else you've said you have reported. Did you report to the president? Did you speak to the president about this illegal instruction?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Yes, on the 1st of February 2025, I did meet the president on the matter. I reported to him that I received this instruction, and I will remind him about the team, and he knows the team because the team did brief him 17 March in Durban. So that this team has been disbanded, and I don't know why, and it's been disbanded urgently, and he was taken aback also why it is this happening, and that's why I said, well, it's not. I don't want to cause conflict between the two of them, but I said this is not a request or a view; it's an instruction that I must do it, and I did try to knock for. If there is, can we engage further on this matter? And the minister said no. Of course, I should submit the report, which I submitted, that report that he required. So, and he said he'll discuss with the minister. But of course, I said to him, my proposal, if this thing goes ahead, which I don't know why it must happen, it should take the form of slowly winding it down so that work cannot be disrupted. And the president says, yeah, well, I think if it happens, that's what he will support.
So at the time you were speaking to the president, at that time, were you then knowing what this is an illegal instruction, or you're just still not sure whether it's illegal or it's still encroachment?
Well, it was not really sure, but believing that this looks like encroachment or illegal, but not one can't say, yeah, 100% it was illegal.
So the only answer you got from the president is no, ngizokhuluma naye. That's it.
That's correct.
The fish rots from the head, General. And if the country was to clean up the policing and bring back the confidence in fighting crime, I think we will need to zoom in the MPs, members of parliament, the executive and the judiciary. So my question is, we have few cases of you dealing with the executive. Can you, without compromising your investigation, detail the extent of the rot in parliament and the judiciary of compromised individuals who uses their position in favor of criminal elements?
Yeah, well, through you, Honorable Chair, members, where there is investigation, we will proceed doing those investigations. I think we will not leave any stone unturned. Doesn't matter who. We will do our work, whether it's within general public, parliament, judiciary. We will definitely do our work. Of course, some of these things, when they start, you might not really know exactly what it is all about. We have I think there is one case which I learned about it later, which one of my officials, General Kumal, I'm sure will detail more about it. I think it refers more to the judiciary, whether the case at the end of the day was really a matter that people are involved, that they are investigating the case, so they will be able to talk more on such cases.
In your general understanding, is Lieutenant General Sibiya corrupt according to the evidence you have in front of you or the report given to you?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. One will say alleged. You can't say somebody is corrupt before he's even found guilty. But there is concerns in terms of linkages that we are finding that we are still investigating, Honorable Chair. So it is too early to come to that stage or conclude, as you say.
But as a powerful person or person in the position of a powerful, as a person in a powerful position, like Ubaba Mkhwana has said, does the evidence say or does it give that direction what is corrupt? Current evidence you have or the report?
Well, it is safe that I say we are investigating. There are concerning connections and reports. We are investigating those matters.
All right, thank you. The confidence of the public in the justice system is impacted by the perception that those who hold political power are not treated the same as those who are ordinary citizens. A classic case is Phala scandal, hence singazi ukuthi top secret or not. There are people who are arrested for having undeclared foreign currency and having above illegal limit of foreign currency. Yet the president was not even investigated by SAPS for both offenses. Even when pushed, SAPS didn't even confirm that the president was investigated. Yet ordinary citizens are arrested and charged. When you fail as SAPS to act against people who break the law, who happen to be in political power, how do you expect ordinary citizens to have confidence in the institution?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. No, investigations are done to whomever. There's nobody that doesn't get investigated if there is a matter. As far as I know, there was investigation by both, I think, Bela, police, SAPS, and also the DPCI. I know they were investigating other cases, even though, of course, they wouldn't be reporting that to me. I'm sure they report to the minister that, so there were investigations around Phala.
Was the president, actually, did SAPS confirm that the president was being investigated?
Well, they were investigating the incident, as far as I know, that happened there. And I think the fact that I did not briefed on the investigation, I don't know what was in the docket. It will be safe to say, I know that there was investigation and or two investigations, one by the SAPS in Bela, one was done by the Hawks. And there is a case currently that I know for the people that did a break-in. And another case I know there was case investigated by the DPCI.
All right, Chair. I just want to finish up the picture. One question. I think I still don't understand how to ask you this question. Uti, remember that when this Phala issue happened, we as a country had interest. Maybe if I should ask you is this: how interested? What is your interest, or how much of an interest do you have in the PKTT cases versus interest in the Phala case?
I do have interest in any cases, my work that cases be investigated. But however, there is a difference. Cases that are investigated by general detectives of SAPS, yes, they will give me feedback But cases that are investigated by the Hawks, they report to the minister, not to me.
No, Chair, I think in sengishawa isikhathi sekubuya lo alternate la kimi. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you, honorable members who are alternates. You have been very consistent in terms of compliance with my instructions. Can we move to honorable? We are going to take Honorable Shikeleng and thereafter Honorable Matthys. We break for tea. Can the two honorable members follow each other? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Good morning, General. How are you?
Three honorable chair and members, good morning, honorable member. I'm fine, thanks.
It's not the first time that you appear in front of me for questioning. General, I'd like to make a statement. I think in my life I've called you 3 times, and the reasons for those calls were because the issues were of a serious nature. Yesterday, you told us that General Mkonazi had approached you various times within his career in the SAPS to discuss serious matters with you too. It doesn't appear as if he just called you generally to discuss frivolous matters or just ask you some silly things. Am I correct in that?
That's correct, honorable chair.
Thank you. So, General, as the leader of an elite SAPS task team, because you are the leader, at the end of the day, you're the head, you described this task team as performing excellently. How is it that you did not immediately intervene or instruct that the decision to disband the unit be placed on hold until your return to the office after you were informed about the letter on the 2nd of January?
Thanks, through honorable chair. I would remember that I did indicate that I was on leave and I was with the minister on the 28th. Hence, I did say to the team, they can write reports and I'll attend the matter when I come back. Remember, there was nothing done in that period. So, yeah.
General, it's very strange to me that if this task team was performing so well that you didn't immediately pick up the phone, but we'll leave that for now. You stated that during your leave period, General Mosekile was the acting NASCOM. Is that correct?
That is correct. Chair.
Was it then General Mosekile that gave General Sibiya the instruction to proceed with closing the PKTT?
Honorable Chair, I did indicate that there was nothing that was done until I come back from leave, in as far as the closing of the team is concerned. Hence, I told them while on leave that I'm not going to bother myself with this. I do not want to attend crisis that is generated by other people unnecessary. I was with the minister on the 28th. He didn't say anything. So I didn't see any need. Why should I rush for such an instruction while I was on leave? So nothing was done until I was back.
All right, General, thank you. So if nothing was done until you came back, then you were the person that gave General Sibiya the instruction to proceed with closing down the PKTT.
I did, Honorable Chair, I think yesterday did indicate that when I came back, he came to me with a letter that was effecting the minister's instruction, which was directed to General Khumalo, where he was bringing the letter that I signed, and I didn't sign that letter. The next day, the 15th, after I said, well, remember, first day I told him that I don't want us to do this. If ever we have to do it, we're not going to do it this way, because remember, I said this instruction was, it wasn't a a consultative sort of letter. It was a direct instruction that you do this thing. So I said, well, if we do it, we will do it in this fashion, which I said is the winding down, phase out approach. And I referred him to a Major General to go and assist him in the report. And the 15th, when he came back, in that letter or report, I still saw immediate disbandment. I didn't really read the whole letter. And that's when I switch off and say, no. I see that we want to go this direction, so leave this matter. I would write the report because I understand what do I want to suggest with the minister.
Thank you, General. General, so if you earlier on said that the email was sent to your email address from the minister, how did General Sabia get hold of the document? And then how did he go about coming to see you with a plan?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. I did indicate that it is standard that the email will be sent to my office, and I did indicate that my office, I direct my office to send it to the relevant deputies, which they send to the acting national commissioner, which is General Msikidi, and also send to Lieutenant General Sabia.
Thank you, General. So I'm going to go back again and say to you, so in actual fact, you are the person that affected the closing of the PKTT because you sent it, you instructed that the email get sent forward for discussion. That is how it is. So, General, if General Mkhwanazi did not hold the press briefing on the 6th of July, would you still have opposed the closing of the PKTT? Because clearly what you're saying now and the impression that you created at the Portfolio Committee on the 5th of March is not the same, because you never once said you are opposed to closing this task team.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. I did indicate that this directive was like an order that I must do, and I find ways to do it, and I want to engage the minister that we discuss this, because, as I said, of concern on the directive was he did assessment and this. The team is no more relevant, and which I said, but that can't be true. That's why I wanted engagement of the minister, that let's engage and discuss, and he kept on not acceding to this engagement. So the team would have been still have been there. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. To still have been there. And remember, after we discovered what is, after General Khumalo Mkhwanazi briefed me about what is the main intention of this, then that's when I say, no, now that we know, we're not gonna now participate in any further this disbandment or this phase-out approach. And I immediately also notified him that I want to meet you and see you on this matter. And unfortunately, again, that meeting never happened. It only happened a Monday after the 6th of July.
So you waited until General Mkhwanazi spoke to the media before you actually took action. That's what you're telling us. But
No.
nevertheless, it's fine.
No,
On the
no.
28th of March at about 10 o'clock, and this is on your note SFM 14 on page 278, there's a discussion that says on the 28th of March 2025 at about 10 o'clock, a meeting was held at the Head Office Crime Intelligence between the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Khumalo, and the Divisional Commissioner of Detectives, Lieutenant General Sentimule. And then it further goes on to say that they decided together that the dockets, those 121 dockets, it says here 118, but we know it's 121, would then be given over to murder and robbery to Brigadier Khopokoditata to investigate. And so they made that decision. Did they inform you about that decision that they had made to then give the dockets over to murder and robbery? before you received this note? Did they inform you?
No, Honorable, through you, Honorable Chair, no, they didn't inform me. I did say that I picked up somewhere in late April, May, that dockets are around the headquarters.
So they didn't inform you about the dockets because, you know, I see here that this was signed by you on the 22nd of July, and I go back to, I am not sure that if the press briefing on the 6th of July wasn't held, if we would be sitting with the same document that you signed and said that the dockets should go back to where they come from. And in actual fact, you say they should be taken back to their station of origin. You don't actually say that they should be taken back to the PKTT. So, yeah. If the PKTT was delivering results in such high crime areas as we've said, there was then obviously no operational justification for the dismantling of it without a clear replacement strategy. And you started winding it down, but you did not. There's no clear replacement strategy. Have you evaluated the impact of the decision on violent crime levels that they were operating in, and will you table those findings publicly with us? Did you do some evaluation on the impact of this?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think right at the beginning, the Honorable Member spoke about, what did I say about station of origin?
Yeah, you said that the dockets must go back to the station of origin. The dockets be returned to the station of origin.
The instruction on that, what I was, the context of what you are reading there, Honorable Member, through you, Honorable Chair, is that, remember, the meeting of the 6th March, General Sibiya and the Chief of Staff and the Minister argued to say, I said the dockets can go to the province. They argued to say the dockets must not go to province because you will have the provincial murder and robbery, and you'll have the PKTT at the province of KwaZulu-Natal under the guise of murder and robbery, which I said, but if it's like that, would we have a problem? They say, no, that's not disbandment. Minister was saying disbanding, meaning must be disbanded. So no dockets should go to the province, but to station of origin. That's not me. It was them that said that. And that specific point did gain traction in that meeting to say no docket must go to province, but station of origin. So the context that is there that I wrote there is that I'm saying to General Sibiya, now you are bringing a submission to me asking to go and investigate these dockets that are at head office. Why would docket be head office if the last time he spoke of dockets on the 6th of March, the agreement was dockets go to station of origin? That is the context of what you are reading there. That's how you should understand that.
Thank you, General. So I just want to say then, I mean, you say that that meeting took place on the 6th of March where you were present at, where they said the dockets must go back. And then on the 28th of March, there's a meeting between Lieutenant General Khumalo and Sentamule to discuss these dockets and where they should go to. But you had a meeting on the 6th, and then they decide that the dockets must go to murder and robbery. So I don't know, somewhere there's a disjoint here for me. Something doesn't make sense. And what I'm really getting, and it was very clear out of General Mkhwanazi's testimony, that the SAPS at a national level is highly divided within the leadership, because it really feels to me like there's something that is not right here. And it seems to me that this is driven more by politics and loyalty to certain factions than to competence. Because as the National Commissioner, you take responsibility for the culture and for the steps that happens within this SAPS. So, I mean, and the command structure comes from you. This, in the first place, this should never have happened because the minister should never have given the instruction. That's clear. So the minute the minister gave that instruction, you were the one that should have stood up and said, this is not the SAPS that I'm building. This is not what should be happening. Am I correct?
Yeah, no, I do, through you, Honorable Chair, I do hear, Honorable Member. I think you put a lot of facts and you go on. To assist you, Honorable Member, on the first part of your comments, what I was saying there, maybe it creates confusion to you, the murder and robbery or serious and violent crime, right? These doggers mysteriously find themselves in Pretoria. Now, an application is submitted by General Severe to say, I want to send a serious and violent crime team from head office to go to KwaZulu-Natal to investigate these cases. And that what you see is a disapproval to say, no, I can't send another team there because there is already a PKTT there, and doggers must go back to the PKTT, and which eventually did happen. And also remember, when General Mkhwanazi did the media briefing or press briefing, it is after that we now, me and him and General Khumalo, we now know what was the objective of doing this. We had now information that what is happening. So whether he did a press briefing or not, we were now empowered at that time to say, now we understand why the minister and General Severe and them were doing this, and we are not going to now allow it. And well, then he did the press briefing. It's not to say if he didn't do the press briefing, the PKT would have been closed. No, I sustained the PKT from that time, yes, the ups and downs until in that July. But in June, we became aware what was the real reason. So after I know, I can't still allow it to go that route. Hence, I said to Minister, I want to see you, I want to discuss this matter. But he couldn't still see him. I only saw him after the 6th of July.
Thank you, General. General, I mean, you've said now that after you became aware of the issues, surely then it was your responsibility to hold the press briefing actually, and not General Mkhwanazi, if he, as the head of the SAPS.
Well, probably we deal with, through Honorable Chair and members, we probably deal with matters differently. Mine, I said, they must brief me, and I compile a report, and I was going to take that report to the president to say, the president, this is the discovery, which eventually I did, but even though I did after the press brief.
Thank you, General. General, my last question is, here where we sit today, the release of the crime statistics has been delayed by over 2 months in South Africa. I asked you about it previously. It's not the first time I'm discussing it with you. Would it be fair to say that the inner turmoil currently within the SAP is contributing to the delays and affecting the organization's overall functioning?
Of course, that's through you, Chairperson. One cannot deny that, yes, indeed. I mean, there was a change of ministers and there was a lot of things to be done. And yes, but it will be released soon, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Chairperson. I really do feel that, General, that there's something lacking here. And I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe of my colleagues in the room will ask questions, but I really, there's not once in anything that you've said to me today or the way that you displayed anything to us to say that you were not in agreement with the closing of this PKTT. And I don't know, you can tell me today I'm wrong, but nowhere is there communication from you that I can see that you've submitted or anything that you've told us except for you tried to speak to and you did this and you contacted somebody, but nowhere were you not in agreement with this? Am I correct to say there's nothing on paper from you saying that you were not in agreement with the closing of this PKTT?
Thank you, Honorable Chair and members. Honorable Member, if I agreed that the team be shut down, it should have been shut down. On a hindsight, you can see that the purpose of this instruction was to shut down the team while I was on leave for those few days. That's why it was immediate, urgent, which I said, no, you can compile reports, but don't do anything until I arrived. After I've arrived, Honorable Chairperson, from that time, where we were all in this space where we don't know the motive behind this, and me trying to find motive from the minister and not coming up to today. Yes, the team has ups and downs, but the team is still operating. As I said, I did the best. On a hindsight for honorable members today, because we have got more information when the instruction was issued, now you know what is the motive. Yes, you can reason that, no, maybe the National Commission should have done 1, 2, 3. But if you were in my position that time, not knowing all these motives, and I think, well, I did the best I could, and the team is still there up to today. I might not have been perfect. I might not have been done the way you might have liked I should have done it, but I did it my way, but I sustained the team. The team is still there. Well, of course, with problems. We are rebuilding it now, and we are opening a new political task team in Gauteng to deal with problems of Gauteng. Thanks.
Thank you, General. I have last question for you. Do you think that that crime intelligence in South Africa is salvageable? Do you think that we can still have a crime intelligence in our country that is not going to be under scrutiny, or how are you going to fix that department? Thank you.
Thanks, Honorable Chairperson. Well, the appointment of the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Khumalo, to that division did brought a new hope in that division with a view to resuscitate crime intelligence. I believe it can still be done, and the former minister was agreeable to the reforms that we wanted to do there. Unfortunately, there was change of administration, and in the new administration, there was no further traction or agreement. Remember, the National Commissioner, when he place or transfer a member of level 14 and above, that is a Major General and above, I must have concurrence of the minister. I just don't do it myself alone. I must have concurrence of the minister, and if the minister don't concur, you will struggle. But we can still salvage crime intelligence. There are good men and women that in that division that are doing well. And I must tell you, since Lieutenant General Khumalo arrived there, we saw tremendous work being done. We have a lot of successes. We're still having them now, yes, under the ailing conditions. But of course, we need cooperation of all, cooperation of the executive, which is the minister and his deputies. We need your cooperation as honorable members, because sometimes most of the distractions and disruptions in that division come from this honorable house. That's the biggest problem. It doesn't matter which political party, but it comes from also from this house. Whether what their interest is, I wouldn't know. But we can still salvage that division and make it the best, and it can be able to be reformed and developed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, General. General, I do think that we have a lot of good men and women in blue in our country. I think it is our collective responsibility to make sure that we create a good working environment for them to ensure the safety of the citizens of South Africa. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Honorable Shikeleng, I want to thank you so much.